Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sun shining faces. Oh, this is the way to have a good day. Hello, my sweet students, and welcome to your second week of music class this year. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. We have such a wonderful class planned. We are going to sing through our major scale again. We are going to learn a brand new song and put it all together. We are going to look at some new rhythms, and we're going to start on our very first Composer of the Month for this year. I'm so excited. So let's jump right in. Let's start by singing through our major scale. But remember, we learned something brand new with our major scales last week. We added some hand signs to them, right? So as you're going through this major scale, we're going to take it pretty slow so that we can also use our hand signs. So just do your best. I will put them up on the screen. They're going to get so much easier the more that you do them. Let's get started. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good, now we go back down. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Very good. So, the song that we are going to be singing today in music class actually uses a lot of our major scale notes, a lot of our solfege. So I thought it would be pretty smart if we learn that part first before we jump into the song. So when that part of the song comes up, you're like, oh, I know this. So you are going to start by going so, do. Can you try that with me? So, do. Then you are going to go la, fa. Sing that with me. La, fa. Very good. And here's the next part. Mi, do, re. Can you do that too? Mi, do, re. Good job. So now I just want to put all of that together. Can we try it? From so, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. See if you can sing it with me. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So good. Can you do it a little faster? 1, 2, ready, go. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. All right, good. Here is your next one. Are you ready? We're going to take it bit by bit, just like we did that one. So, do. Try it. So, do. Here's the next part. La, ti. Give it a shot. La, ti. Here's the last part. Do, re, do. Let's do it. Do, re, do. All right, very good. I'm trying to go pretty slow because these new hand signs can make everything a little bit more tricky in the beginning, but they're going to help you learn your notes so much more easily in the long run. So let's try that one all together, the one that goes so, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Try singing it with me, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Very good. So let's try that one more time. A little faster. 1, 2, ready, go. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Very nice. All right, so here's the really tricky part. Are you ready? Now we are going to put the first set of notes we learned and the second set of notes we learned. So we're going to go so, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Just do your best. Let's try it, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Very, very good. All right. Can you do one more with me? This one's much more fun, I think. You're gonna go do, mi, mi. Can you do that? Do, mi, mi. Here's the next one. Mi, so, so. Try it. Mi, so, so. Good. Here's the next one. Re, fa, fa. Try it. Re, fa, fa. And here's the last one. La, ti, ti. Try it. La, ti, ti. Very good. So if you put it all together, you go do, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Let's try that all together, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. One more time. Do, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Very good. Can you do it even faster? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Do, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Even faster. Do, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Okay, very good. So that is all going to come in handy right now when we learn our new song for this week. All right, wonderful job, my friends. You are already so far ahead in learning this song that we're about to look at because each and every one of you knows your major scale. So we are going to be looking at a song called Do, Re, Mi. And I bet a lot of you are going to recognize it because it is from a very famous, very beloved movie. And that movie is called The Sound of Music. And it is about this young woman who goes to stay with this family that has 7 children, and she wants to teach them how to sing. And she wants to teach them their major scale, but she doesn't know how to make it fun. So she makes up this song to help them remember the different notes in their major scale and have them have fun with it. So I think it is a perfect song for the beginning of our music classes together, and we are going to take a look at it right now. All right, so here is our first set of lyrics for our song. There's going to be 3 sets of lyrics, but you're going to recognize a lot of it from your major scale and from the work we've already done today, the little activities in the beginning. So it's going to fly by, just trust me. So let's get started. And I'm going to sing a line, and you'll sing it back to me. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. The first three notes just happen to be Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. And then I'll go, let's see if I can make this easy. And we'll jump into the next part. You're welcome to say it with me, but there'll be a little line of speech and then we'll move on, okay? Good job. Let's try that all together. You ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. The first three notes just happen to be Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. Let's see if I can make this easy. Good, and then we go on to the best part of the song, which is our major scale. So we are going to sing each note in our major scale, and there's going to be a little trick, a little reminder for what that note is on every single note. So the first one is Do, a deer, a female deer. So a female deer is often called a doe. So we're getting little reminders into your head on how to sing through this major scale. So we're going to take it slowly, just like the last one. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow song. Tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do, 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 Do. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, So, Do. Very good. All right, so let's try and sing that part all together. And I'll try to do a couple of moves to help you out, okay? Feel free to dance along, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That'll bring us back to do, 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 do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, so, do. Very good, my friends. All right, so this next part of the song is the part we've already learned during our warm-ups. So you're gonna go so, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. See if you can do it. 1, 2, ready, go. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Very good. Here's the next one. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Try it. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do. Very good. Now here is the cool part about this song. All of those little words that we used to sing on our major scale, they're going to put a syllable on every single one. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Ready? When you know the notes to sing. So every single note that we've sung is getting replaced with a word. So is going to be when, do is going to be you, la is going to be no, and so on and so forth. So what I want you to try and challenge yourself. We are going to sing it on the words, but I want you to still try and use your hand signs. All right, so watch me do it first. When you know the notes to sing. Now try it with me, okay? When you know the notes to sing. Very good. Here's the next one. You can sing most anything. Try it. You can sing most anything. Very good. All right, there is just one more part of this page we have to learn, and it's something we already did in class today, so we just have to put it together. We're going to do this part. Do, mi, so, re, fa, la, ti, ti. Can you try it with me? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, so, re, fa, la, ti, ti. One more time. Do, mi, so, re, fa, la, ti, ti. Can you do it fast now? Do, mi, so, re, fa, la, ti, ti. Very good. One more time. Do, mi, so, re, fa, la, ti, ti. Very good. So, we are going to sing all of these different sections. And then, I am going to split my screen so that I am singing When You Know the Notes to Sing and Do, mi at the same time. It's going to be crazy, but you just have to pick one to sing along with me, okay? But I want you to hear how it sounds all together and how these harmonies come together during this song. And then, after that, all we have to do is sing our Do-a-deer one more time and just let it loose. Show me your favorite dance moves, okay? Ooh, I am so excited. Let's try and sing it all the way through. Just follow my lead. It's gonna be great. All right. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. The first 3 notes just happen to be Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. Let's see if I can make this easy. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, Ti, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to Do, 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 Do. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. So, Do. So, Do, La, Fa, Mi, Do, Re. So, Do, La, Ti, Do, Re, Do. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Do, mi, 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 so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Do, mi, 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 so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Do, mi, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Do, mi, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Do, mi, mi, so, so, re, fa, fa, la, ti, ti. Anything. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, mi, I call myself. Fa, so, that will bring us back to Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. So, Do. Bravo, you guys. That was so wonderful. You did such an amazing job with that song. I love that. It's a great one to go back to when you're trying to think of your major scale and you just can't quite get there. You gotta remember Do, a deer, a female deer. Very good. So we are going to move on to our rhythm for today. So let's take a look. Okay, so last week we talked all about our quarter note. That's the note that's on the screen right now. Each quarter note gets 1 beat. So if I was going to count 4 quarter notes, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. I would clap on every single beat. Can you try that with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. So today we're going to talk about a different rhythm, and that rhythm is called a half note. Your half note looks like you basically didn't fill in your quarter note enough. You left it blank, you forgot, and it gets 2 beats. So if I was going to clap half notes, I would clap on the first beat and then I would hold it on the second beat. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. because each half note needs to take up 2 beats of space. So can you try that with me? Let's clap 2 half notes. So we're going to skip clapping on the 2 and the 4. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And that is all there is to it. That's your half note and that's your quarter note. So I think this is going to make a lot more sense when we dive into today's rhythm, which looks like this. So most of your rhythms are going to be structured like this, on this weird kind of grid looking thing, and we're going to break down what that means in the coming weeks. But for starters, you see this big squiggle at the top of the rhythm, right, at the very beginning? That is called a treble clef. And basically, what the treble clef is saying is all these lines and spaces are referencing different notes, different letters, different parts of your major scale. And the treble clef tells us where to start, which letters are going to be, and which notes are going to be on each different line or space. You don't have to worry about it too much right now, but I didn't want you to get thrown off during this, like, what is that little squiggle and what am I supposed to do with it? We'll talk about it much more in the coming weeks. After our treble clef, you see 2 numbers right on top of each other, right? That is called a time signature. And our time signature is so important. It is showing us how many beats there are in each measure, which is what's happening in between those 2 lines, and what kind of note we're going to give the beat to. So if I see a 4-4, the top 4 is telling me that I am going to have 4 beats per measure. And the bottom 4 is telling me that our quarter note gets the beat. This is the most popular time signature in all of music. You're going to see it a bunch, so it's good to start getting used to it early. So let's take a look at the rhythm with our counts now. It looks like this. We've got 4 beats and then a line. 4 beats and then a line. 4 beats, then a line. 4 beats, and then we're done. So that's where our time signature comes into place. Every single time we reach that 4th beat, we start over again at 1. So I could fit 4 quarter notes in one measure. I could fit 2 half notes, right? 2 beats plus 2 beats. That's 4 beats, right? So I could also fit a half note plus a quarter note plus another quarter note. There's a lot of different combinations. What matters is that I always keep whatever's in each box 4 beats, because that's our time signature. So we are going to learn this rhythm very similarly to how we learn our song. I'm going to clap each measure, and then you're going to clap it back to me. See if you can pay attention to where I'm holding and where I'm clapping, because I'm going to say every single number. So you got to watch my hands and you got to listen. A lot's going on. You're going to do great. So here's our first measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now your turn. Good. Here's our next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a shot. Very good. Now, here's our third measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Very good job, and that's our whole rhythm for today. So, we're going to try clapping it through again. And if that all was crazy, it felt like it didn't make any sense to you, take a look at the numbers underneath the notes. Every single number that's in purple is going to be a number that you clap on. Every single number that's in black is going to be a number that you hold on. So whether or not it helps you right now to watch me, to watch the numbers, or watch the notes, do what works for you and see how successfully we can clap this rhythm together now, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good job, and that is the whole thing. Now, if you know me, I always want to try it just a hair faster. I'm always trying to push us just one notch faster after our first run through. So let's try it one more time, and if you were rocking it the first time, see if you can rock it at a slightly faster tempo, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good, my friends. So that is all the rhythm that we are going to do today. We are starting slowly, we're easing into it, and before you know it, you're going to be reading music like a champ. Now we're going to move on to one of my favorite parts of our entire class, and that is Composer of the Month. So if you remember from last class, a composer is anyone who writes music. So every single month we pick a different composer throughout history. It could be someone from a really long time ago, it could be someone who's still writing music now, and we listen to their music for that month and we talk about their lives and we get to hear some wonderful music and learn about a really interesting creative person. So our composer of the month this month is... So that's maybe a little bit of a different name for some of you. Try saying it with me this time. Ennio Morricone. So Ennio Morricone is a very, very famous composer. He lived from 1928 to 2020. He just passed away this summer at 91. He was from a country called Italy, so he is Italian. And he is what we would call in music class a modern era composer. If that's confusing to you, it just means that he was mostly active during the 1900s, and that makes him a modern era composer. We'll touch more on that a little bit later. Now, most composers have an instrument that they played really well, and for Ennio Morricone, that instrument was the trumpet. He got his start in music by playing trumpet in a jazz band. Sometimes it's piano, it's pretty often piano, but for Ennio Morricone, it was the trumpet. And Ennio Morricone is really, really interesting as a composer because the thing that he's most famous for was writing the music that you hear in movies. And when you write something for a movie, we call it a film score. So one of the reasons I picked this composer for us is because of all the film scores he wrote, because of all the music that he wrote for movies, because it's such a wonderful way to get exposed to classical music the first time. So a lot of students come to me and they go, "Oh, I've never really listened to any classical music." And I go, "Oh, I bet you've seen a movie though." And if you've seen a movie, you've probably heard some classical music, because it is all over movies. So today we are going to be looking at a piece that Ennio Morricone wrote for a movie called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This was one of those old cowboy movies. We call them an old western, where you see those people with the cowboy hats and the horses and they're fighting about something. That's what this piece is. So let's take a look. We are looking at The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and this was written for one of those Western cowboy movies. This is a really special video because not only is Ennio Morricone the person who wrote it, he is also going to be conducting. So when you see that man with the baton at the front of the stage facing the orchestra, that's going to be our composer. So this piece heavily features the clarinet, which is that black instrument on the side of the screen, and the bassoon, which is that brown instrument on the side of the screen. This piece is also special because you're going to see a huge choir. That is a group of voices in the back of the orchestra. So there is also a piece for voice in this composition. Now, I bet a lot of you are going to recognize this piece, especially the very famous melody from it. So what you're going to hear in this piece is the clarinet is gonna go mi la mi, and the bassoon is going to go do re la. So it's gonna sound like this: mi la mi, do re la. Can you try singing that with me this time? 1, 2, ready, go. Mi la mi, do re la. Good. So that little melody is all over this piece. It's that melody that makes you think about cowboys and Western movies. So make sure you're listening extra hard for that. All right, good. So I am about to play this clip for us of this piece, and you're going to see a whole orchestra performing this piece, and like I said, you're going to see our composer conducting in the front. So you'll get to see a good look at him too. But before we start, I wanted to show you what you are going to expect to see when you're looking at an orchestra. So let's take a look. So our orchestra has 4 different groups of instruments. At the front, you're going to see strings, so it's super obvious. Any instrument that has strings on it, probably in the stringed instrument. Then we get a little trickier. We have our woodwinds, that's a flute or a clarinet or an oboe, basically anything where there's a piece of wood inside and the wood is making the instrument vibrate. Then we have brass. Any instrument that you look at and it looks like it's made of metal is probably a brass instrument. So a trumpet, that's what Ennio Morricone plays, right? Or a trombone, a saxophone, those are all brass instruments. And then lastly, we have our percussion section. And our percussion section is also very easy. If it is an instrument that you hit or you bang to make a noise, that's probably a percussion instrument. So in the orchestra, on the screen, you're going to see something like this. Violins in the front, then a second violin section, then we have our violas, our cellos, and our double basses. And if there is one, a harp will be right behind the violins. Then we have our woodwinds over here. There's our bassoon and our clarinet. They're the ones that are going to be making the da-da-da, dun-dun-dun. We also have a piccolo, flute, and oboe. Then after, behind the woodwind section, we have our brass. So our trumpets, our horns, trombones, anything bigger than that will go over here. And then behind them, we have our percussion section. So any kind of drums that are in the piece. So we have a timpani and we have a snare drum over here. So it's pretty common sense. The softer, more delicate instruments are going to be in the front. And then the louder instruments go further back. So the loudest would be your percussion and the softest would be your strings. And if you want it written out, it looks like this. Or if you want a real life picture, it looks like this. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Fun. That was about a 2-minute snippet of a longer work. The long part is about 14 minutes. It features a lot of different instruments. It features that singer in the red dress that you see in front. So if you thought, Miss Olivia, that was good, but it wasn't enough, I need more Ennio Morricone, I need more cowboy music in my life, I will leave the link to the full video in the description and you can take a look at that because the whole piece is really, really excellent. All right, I hope you enjoyed our first piece of music from our first composer of the month. He has so many more good things in store for us. I had so much fun with you today, but now we're out of time. So have a wonderful week. I can't wait to see you all again. And until then, let's sing our goodbye song. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. I'll see you